So the month of November is officially over. November was a great month. We had a lot of fun here on the channel, checking out a lot of new fragrances, and December is going to be the same way. We still have a lot of cool new content coming to the channel. Going to be checking out a lot of cool new fragrances. So I thought it would be fun for me to do a video where I basically just recap on what I wore the most last month in November. And I've done these videos from time to time. Just a cool way to show you what I've worn the most, kind of give you an idea of what I've been wearing. And what I like most about these videos is I can hear what you guys have been wearing as well. So make sure you leave down in the comments what you wore the most last month. It's a really cool way to interact with each other and see what everyone's wearing. See if there's any trends, see if there's any new different fragrances out there that some of you are wearing. Just kind of a cool concept and a really fun video idea to do. So again, make sure you leave your comments down below because I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And one other quick thing before we get into the video, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also turn on post notifications and give this video a like. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's go and jump into this video, my 10 most worn fragrances of November. So these are not going to be in any particular order. It's not like number 10 was worn the least and number 1 was worn the most. It's not going to be like that. These are just going to be the 10 fragrances that I wore the most. Starting off with the first one, that one is Dior Sauvage Parfum. So the new Parfum version of Sauvage. Wore this one a lot last month. A lot of the reason was for testing. I still haven't gotten around to doing a review on this one yet. At some point I am going to get it done because I know a few of you are waiting for that full in-depth review on Sauvage Parfum, so I will get it out there eventually. I wanted to make sure that I spent enough time actually wearing and testing the fragrance before I did the review because I really want to make sure I get a good feel and a good grasp of how this scent is overall before I go ahead and review it. The next fragrance up that I wore the most last month was Bentley Intense. So I finally got around to getting a bottle of this. I finally got on the hype train, or just I finally got into the crowd where everyone was talking about this scent. And I gotta tell you, I've been very impressed with Bentley Intense, and that shows in the fact that I've been wearing it a lot. It made it in my weekly fragrance rotations. And outside of that, it also made it just in general, if I wanted to spray something on my hand alongside my primary scent of the day, this is oftentimes what this fragrance would be. I will oftentimes do that just for testing purposes. If I got a new fragrance in, I'll spray it on and wear it as my primary scent, but sometimes I want to wear something alongside of it. And those fragrances typically don't make it in my weekly fragrance rotation videos just because I can't list, a bunch of fragrances in that video. It would be kind of confusing and kind of weird. But oftentimes I will wear a few different fragrances at once. And this is one of those fragrances that I'll wear kind of alongside my main fragrance just because I really enjoy it and I really like smelling it. It just works for me. It smells great. I'm into this type of fragrance. Really, really nice scent here. Comes in at a steal of a price. We carry this one on our website, chaosfragrances.com, for a solid price, along with a lot of other Bentley fragrances as well. So really, really nice, cheap, boozy, masculine fragrance for the fall and winter, and again, I wore it a lot in the month of November. Up next here we have Ultra Male. So this guy, I wore it a lot last month as well. I recently picked this one up again after selling it off a while back, and that really goes to show my thoughts about this fragrance. If I didn't like it that much, I wouldn't have picked it back up again after getting rid of it. So, I did miss the scent after it was gone, and I am here with another bottle now, which I am happy about, and I've been wearing it quite a bit. So Ultra Male is kind of one of those iffy fragrances. Some people love it, some people are on the complete opposite end of the spectrum and hate it. I kind of fall more towards the love side of things. I really, really like this scent. I think it smells like fall, and I've mentioned that in other videos before, so I'm not going to go into that whole spiel of what I think it smells like, but it is a fall fragrance for me. Of course, great for winter as well because of how strong and sweet it is, but it just smells primarily like fall to me, and I did wear it a lot last month. Just one of those fragrances that I find myself gravitating towards without really any thought or brain power put into it. I just kind of grab this one and spray it on oftentimes, and I really enjoy it. And there's never really a time where I wear this one and think, oh, I wish I would have worn something else. That doesn't really happen. Guys, I gotta jump in here real quickly and tell you about our new company, Fragrance Match. What we've developed is a subscription service where each month you get 2 5 ml fragrance samples of your choice delivered directly to you. What sets our website apart from the others is the fact that 1, we're cheaper, and 2, we send you 2 fragrances each month instead of only 1. And what's so crazy about this whole deal is the fact that we're offering this for only $9.99 a month. There's no shipping, there's no fees, $9.99 a month, and you're getting 2 high quality designer fragrances of your choice each month. That deal, that's insane. I don't know how we're doing this. In fact, I don't know why we're doing it this cheap. If you want to get in on this deal while you can, go check it out. The first link down below. $9.99 a month for 2 5 ml designer fragrances. Guys, if you haven't signed up yet, seriously, hit that link, go sign up. Thank you guys so much for the support. Let's get back into this video. Moving on to the next fragrance here, we have Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche Pour Homme. So, last month I wore this one very often, and this is kind of one of those fragrances that I've recently picked up again within the past couple months, and I've fallen in love with it. I love Rive Gauche Pour Homme. Quintessential barbershop fragrance. It smells like a classic refined gentleman. That's really what I get out of this scent. Very mature, very upscale, very classy. It smells just high end. It smells like, you know, wealth, kind of, to some extent, in my opinion anyways. Really nice scent here. Very clean, very soapy, very fresh. You can wear this really about any time of the year. And, you know, maybe it's not necessarily suited for the fall, for the winter, for the cooler weather, but I personally have been wearing it a lot in the cooler weather. I would say more or less this is better suited for spring and maybe summer. Granted, with this type of scent DNA, it's an all year round fragrance. You don't have to worry about it. But I do think springtime would complement this fragrance the best. I haven't had a chance to wear it in the spring because I just picked it up within the past couple months, but just kind of, you know, from how it smells and how it behaves on my skin, springtime, I think this one is going to dominate in that time of year. But I've still been wearing the scent and enjoying it in the cooler weather, and it's been working fantastic. No issues, no regrets there at all. So Rive Gauche Pour Homme, wore this one a lot last month. Probably going to still wear it now into December, into the winter time. I just like it that much, and it's so easy to wear. It just works for any situation. It's kind of hard not to gravitate towards this one, at least for me. Up next, we have Armani Code Absolu. So I've really kind of had it going with this fragrance here lately. I've been really enjoying this one a lot. Love Armani Code Absolu. I think it's a great release, kind of similar to Armani Code Profumo, but they do each have their own thing going on. This one is different than Armani Code Profumo, and Armani Code Profumo is different from this one. So they're both kind of in their own little categories. They both kind of have their own thing going on. It's basically what I'm trying to say. So while some of you may think it's redundant, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I picked up Armani Code Profumo just so I can compare it to Armani Code Absolu. I'm going to make a whole video on it. And also, you know, I compared it to each other in the review of this fragrance. I just picked it up really for that reason. I didn't really have much of a desire to pick up Armani Code Profumo. But now that I own both of them and, you know, comparing them side by side, wearing them each, I find situations for both of them, and I don't find it to be redundant. I'm actually really glad that I have Armani Code Profumo now. I've been enjoying it a lot lately. Really been wearing it quite often as well, but not quite as much as this one. So both of them, fantastic scents for the fall and winter. Armani Code Absolu really kind of hits it home for me though. This is really kind of something I've been into lately. Nice sweet tonka bean vanilla fragrance. It's just really nice. It is a new release. It is still a little bit expensive, but this one is, in my opinion, one you should definitely get your nose on. This is a really nice release this year. In my opinion, it's a really well done flanker. Moving on to the next fragrance here, we have Dior Homme Intense. So I've really been itching to start wearing this fragrance. Kind of over the summer, I started to miss it. I would pick up the bottle, I would smell it just from the atomizer and be like, wow, I can't wait to get into this fragrance again. This is kind of another one of those iffy fragrances where some people are going to be, you know, loving it, some people are going to be hating it. Again, I fall in the love category. This is one where I put it off for the longest time because people would talk about this iris note smelling like a makeup bag, lipstick, whatever you may call it. So because of that, I was like, I don't want anything to do with this scent. It wasn't until I got a sample of it, I tried it, and I'm like, whoa, like that is different. That is really nice, and it really resonated with me right off the bat. So ever since then, I've had a love affair with Dior Homme Intense. I've really enjoyed it a lot, and this is one where maybe somewhat challenging for some people who may be new to fragrances because it's something different. It's not a fresh, clean, soap-smelling fragrance. It's something that is different. But I do think it's one that everyone should try at some point. At least just get a sample of it and try it. I'll have a sample of it linked down below. I do think it is worth a sniff, 100%. And who knows, you may end up really loving it like I did. Dior Homme Intense, I wore this one a lot in the month of November. Still going to wear it a lot coming up here in December and January, February, maybe March. I'm going to wear it throughout the whole winter because I just love the scent and I can't get enough of it. Moving on to the next one, we have Tom Ford Fougère d'Argent. So this is another one of those fragrances that I got a sample of a while back. It was quite a while ago from what I can remember. I got a sample of it and I tried it and it was instant love at first sniff for me. And this is another one of those scents where had I not gotten a sample of this one, I probably would have never tried it. I had looked at it on Fragrantica before. I had, kind of somewhat seen some reviews on it online, but I never gave it any thought. I never even considered buying a bottle or at least trying it. It just never crossed my mind. And again, it wasn't until I got that sample and I'm like, oh, might as well try it because I got a sample of it for free and I fell in love with it. So this is one of those fragrances that worked really well from me from the first time I smelled it, and ever since then I've been enjoying it. It took me a few months to get a bottle of it. I kind of hesitated a little bit, kind of forgot about it. Finally, just within the past couple months, I got a bottle of it, and I've really been enjoying it. So Tom Ford Fougère d'Argent, another great fougère scent, which I've been into. Up next here, we have another kind of fragrance in this category, Chanel Platinum Egoiste. So this is actually a new acquisition to me. A couple other of these fragrances in here were new acquisitions to my collection, but this one is as well. And I can tell you guys, I don't know what I was waiting for. I had seen positive reviews on this fragrance. It's been talked very highly in the community, but for whatever reason, me being me, I put it off. I never even thought about sampling it. I never even thought about buying a bottle of it. And I'm kicking myself for not getting this sooner because I recently just went out on a limb and I bought it. I don't remember why I did that, to be honest with you. I didn't get a sample of it. I just blind bought it randomly and I fell in love with it. So just kind of one of those situations where, I just tried it and I instantly loved it. So Chanel Platinum Egoiste, great scent. I ended up with a second bottle, which is the older style bottle that looks like this right here. Both are 100 ml bottles, but this is like if you look on Fragrantica, they call it like the big cap, small cap, or tall cap, short cap, or something like that, different formulations. And if you look at the color of these, if you can see it, this one to me does look a little bit darker. Maybe it's not going to show through on camera. I still need to test both of them head to head more. I'm going to review this fragrance and compare it to the older bottle here and kind of try to give you guys an idea on if there's a difference between them and if it's worth trying to find the older bottles and all that. But I ended up with both of them because I love the scent so much. Platinum Egoiste, wore this a ton last month in November. Gonna still be wearing it a lot throughout the whole winter, I can tell you that right now. This is another one where it's not necessarily a winter fragrance. Definitely going to be a great spring scent, but I'm still going to wear it in the cold weather. We're moving down to the end. Second to last fragrance we have is John Varvatos Dark Rebel Rider. So this is a fantastic scent, coming in at a great price. This is another one I carry on my website. You can get a 125 ml tester bottle for $25. That's killer price. Full presentation will run you a bit more, but who really cares about full presentation? All that matters is the fragrance itself. Tester for $25 for a bottle this size. That's a steal for this fragrance. It really is. The quality of this scent is incredible. It just smells great. It smells like a niche fragrance. It doesn't smell like your average designer scent. And typically you wouldn't expect to get something unique like this from a scent that costs $25. I mean, it's really crazy to me. I love these John Varvatos fragrances. And finally, the last fragrance we have on this list is Dolce & Gabbana The One. EDP. So I wore this one a ton last month. This is one of my all-time favorite dumb reach fragrances for the cooler weather. It just works for me. Ended up buying myself a brand new 100 ml bottle here, like so, because my old one is running down to the very end, and I wanted to get a new bottle just to show in these videos because it just looks better. I mean, it just, seeing it full like this is just so satisfying. It just looks so nice. The gradient from light to dark, actually being able to see the fragrance color up top. It's gonna suck when I start really putting a dent in this one because it's gonna not look as cool, but it's not the end of the world. Dolce & Gabbana 1 EDP, wore this a lot last month. Gonna wear it a lot this month too because it's just one of those dumb reach fragrances for me. So guys, there you have it. That was my most worn fragrances of November 2019. Again, make sure you let me know down in the comments which fragrances you were wearing the most. I always love hearing from you guys. That's pretty much gonna do it for me. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Take care.